Is it that most of the time you want something and your spouse or kids want something else, and that leads to conflict and an unhealthy discussion? Is it that you have taken a wrong decision and later you realize that you must have listened to your close ones? Is it that you have regular fight with others on one or another topic? Is it that your family members complain that you don't listen to them? If you have these problems, then do see this video to resolve it in your life. I am Sudarshan Jassani Purohit. I did my electrical engineering from IIT Madras. I founded my company at the age of 22 and sold it at the age of 30. Currently, I am a founder at Better World and you are watching my channel Growing Consciousness. As I have told you in my previous videos that our mind grows by two ways. One by reading book and other by meeting people. Now, all of us has read different books and had met different people in our life. And because of this, we all have different mindset. Even in a family, we all have a different mindset because we all have read different books in our life and we have met different people in our life. Because of this different mindset, each and every individual has their own view on each and everything. Now in a family, we all has to invest time together by doing the same thing together. But doing same thing with different mindset produce friction and conflict. For an example, what food we must cook today in our dinner. Now all the family member has to eat the same food, but all have different views on what they want in a dinner. Or where as a family we must go for a vacation. All has a different view on where they must go to enjoy their vacation time. Many a time this friction become a big reason of a fight or dissentment in a family members. The only solution to resolve this friction is to think in another person's perspective. One has to learn on how to respect and listen to another person's point of view. If you see, naturally we are inclined to give more importance to our point of view. This happens because we measure ourselves as we intend to do and we measure others as per their actions. As most of the time we don't know what the other person's intention is. So we measure only what we see and that is generally the action's result. But for ourselves, we see our intention, not what action we have taken or result we have got from that action. And what we ought to be is most of the time higher than what we perform. Whenever we are playing cricket, we always want to hit a century, but it's not that all the time we are able to hit century. So our performance is most of the time lower than what we ought to perform. So generally we don't keep same perspective for us and for others. We think ourselves as we ought to be and others as how they are performing. We see ourselves in the most positive light and that is fine till we are honest with ourselves. I mean, this is fine till we know where we are and what is the difference between our intention and our performance. But only the thing is we must see others also with same positivity. So naturally we think that our perspective is right and we don't listen to other person's perspective. And that generally leads to a fight or a conflict. Now in this video, I will share with you 4 ways through which you will start thinking in other person's perspective. First thing which we all must keep in our mind that we all have different mindset. Whatever other person is saying, he is right from his mindset. Let's say your kids want to eat chocolate. Now you know because of lot of chocolates they will have cavities. But that kid don't understand that. They just understand that they enjoy eating sweet chocolates. So their ask of chocolate is perfectly fine from their mindset as they are unaware of the pain given by the cavities. Similarly, whenever a person says something, he is mostly right as per his knowledge. So we must listen to them and try to understand their mindset because of which they are saying or doing something. When we are in workplace, the things are more complicated because all the people involved have different background than a family members. So to understand their mindset, we might have to understand their culture, their history, their past, their neighborhood. so that we can understand why they are saying or doing something which they think is perfectly fine. So we must always be curious to know the person mindset. This will make us think in another person's perspective. Now second is, let's say you understood their mindset, but there will still be a difference of opinion. And in difference of opinion, we must not think that whatever our point of view is only right. In the kids' chocolate case, our view was right. But let's say you have to go for vacation and you feel that your family must go to a hill station. And your spouse suggests that hill station might not be a good idea because your kids might have a problem with cold. You understood that your spouse is generally more caring, and because of that he or she is suggesting not to go to a hill station. But we just cannot ignore their point of view. We must take their input and either take all the necessary things to safeguard your kids from the cold, and if the weather is extreme, then we might have to avoid going to hill station. So we must work on thinking through their point of view to figure out that whether their point of view is valid or not. And if that input is a genuine input, then we must think on how to accommodate their point of view in our thought process. And that will stretch our mind to think thoroughly. Now the third is, you understood where they are coming from and has taken their viewpoint also. But in many cases, we might have to completely cancel our intention and we must be ready for that. So in that vacation example, let's say you want to enjoy the cold weather and your spouse suggested that not to go because of the kids. And you figured out that the climate won't support kids. Then we must be ready to completely discard our intention of enjoying cold weather for our family. We must be willing to change our views for our family. You must also think that it's better not to go, because if kids get sick, then it will be even a bigger problem. In our vacation example, we were ready to change. So we found out similarities that we would have to handle kids later. But let's say if you were not be willing to change, then you would have said that you always cancel the trips because of some or another reason, and will start finding the differences in opinion, and ultimately will start fighting. And the fourth most important point is, we all must care for our family. We all must have positive thought for our family, that they all must enjoy, and if they will enjoy, I will automatically enjoy. If we will have that thought, then we will always speak to them and will take their opinion, and would always want to choose which will make all the family member happy. Let's say your family member says that they will more enjoy at sea beach and not at hill station. Then you must also know that you will also enjoy more where your family will enjoy. If we will be so empathetic with our family member, then there will be no disagreement. To become empathetic, which means that you will enjoy wherever your family will enjoy, for that we must think positive, that I want to keep my family happy. If we repeat this statement, and because of that, whenever we make them happy, we will automatically feel happy, because our happiness is in making them happy. We see that many people are happy in serving others, because they keep saying to themselves that if others are happy, then I am happy. And there are other people who are happy by serving themselves, because they have a thought that whenever they will fulfill their senses, then they are happy. So you see, the happiness is in thought. If you want to learn more about how to remain always happy, you can watch my video. Now in an organization also, we must try to understand other person's mindset and must take their inputs and validate whether their inputs are genuine or not. And if their inputs are better than us, then we must be ready to discard ours. But we need not to be empathetic towards the person. We must be focused on the results. Whatever make results better, that decision must be taken. Because in family, relationship comes first, and in workplace, the results come first. So if we are empathetic, then we will go and ask our family member that where they will enjoy, and we will do the thing which they will enjoy. So to explain you in a brief, let's say you all family members want to go for a vacation. The ideal thing would be that we must be so empathetic that we must ask our family member that where do they want to go, and wherever they would enjoy, you will select that place only, because you know that you will only enjoy wherever they will enjoy. Let's say if that is not the case, and if you have your own suggestion of where whole family must go, if all of them agree, then fine. If other family members have their own opinion, then we must listen to them and try to understand whether their opinion are better than us or not. If we can accommodate their opinion in our thought process, then we can find out a final outcome. But let's say if their opinion is completely right and our viewpoint was not, then we must be ready to discard our viewpoint. As I've explained in an example of vacation towards a hill station. If you have suggested hill station and your family members are not willing to go, then you must be ready to discard your opinion. Once you try these things, you will never get a disagreement in your family. You will have a healthy relationship in your family. Your family member will not complain that you don't listen to them. You will not have a regular fight on one or another topic in your family. And you will not regret taking a decision which went wrong, because you have always taken an opinion from your closed ones. This is it from my today's video. If you have liked my video, then please click on like button, and if you have loved it, then do subscribe my channel. I have learned this from the book Winning with People by John Maxwell. My next video will be on how to keep others persons first. So stay tuned. If you want to see my other videos, then click on these links. Thank you very much.